Alright, you guys can hear me. Big up, everyone. This is my thoughts about the game that took in place Friday. Sorry if I was a little bit late yesterday. I kind of had to fall asleep, and then there was a PSG Bayern game, Real Madrid Dortmund, some people's live streams, and then I didn't have time to do this. This is my thoughts on the game on Friday on 4th of July. Palmeiras won, Chelsea 2. Oh, man, we only have one Brazilian team left, and that is Fluminense. And they will be playing against Chelsea after they advance against Al Hilal, which I'm proud of Fluminense's run, making Brazil proud, Rio de Janeiro proud. Unless you're a rival fan, especially Flamenguista and all that, then you're definitely upset. And now they have no other choice but to root for Chelsea. But I will say this: I'm just Palmeiras. I think they showed a really good fight against Chelsea. They've sadly crashed on the quarterfinals, and unfortunately, they did show a good fight. Maintaining all the pressure as they can until unfortunately the 82nd minutes. I would say yes, they did. Yes, so Cole Palmer, he scored his first goal since 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 May against Liverpool, even though it was a penalty kick. But from open play, I think this is the first one since January. And yes, Cole Palmer, he actually cooked Michael and and Egypt and Bruno. They cheat both against them, and they cooked them, and they let Cole Palmer score his first goal from open play since January. His first goal since May, and now and ever since they maintained 1-0 down, they kind of gotten better. They got better. And what is so emotional that Esteban, he actually equalized and celebrated against Chelsea before he goes there in a week or so. And he's already meeting his former teammate. He's already meeting his new teammates, I mean. And he scored an absolute great goal. He jeeps inside between Levi Tolwell, and he did so well. He got the goal. He was by far Palmeiras' best player. He was trying to cause problems, and he had to go test against Cucurella, which I think, oh well, he was just doing. Obviously, he's been all right, but that goal he scored, I hope he is ready for the Premier League because you just did that against your team in a quarterfinal match of the Club World Cup. And yes, of course, Chelsea. Yes, and that was at the 53rd minute. But yes, Chelsea. They did have better possession. They did have better the ball. They were the better team. They had better quality as expected. Chelsea, they had the squad depth, obviously. Of course, nearly about $1 billion. Palmeiras, only like how much this team is worth? Like 100 million or something. 252 million euros. Sociedad is Palmeiras. So nice. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, yeah, they had 6 shots on target. Palmeiras had two, especially the one that could have gotten the equalizer. And Palmeiras, Palmeiras, ever since Palmeiras started to get that momentum slowly, ever since Estebao scored against his new club, which is now official, that now he's a Chelsea player. And now it is so emotional that he even beat Robert Sanchez. Yes, this guy, yes, this kid who's about to turn 18. I think he is 18. Yes, he is 18 since April. Yes, so he will join Chelsea. Of course, he's a baller, and I wish him the best. And that's about show Chelsea he can form a dangerous partnership with Cole Palmer. He can. Such a huge talent. And this is why I hope he does well in the Premier League. I hope he does well for Chelsea, even though Chelsea are run by Clear Lake Capital criminals, clowns, because they're not doing it the right way. Big up to all my Chelsea fans and friends that are watching this. Big up to you guys. Even though you guys are in the semifinals, congratulations. And I think Palmeiras, they did show a good fight, but and I'm proud of them. But unfortunately, some people were questioning Ferreira about his subs. But I mean, I think he tried to get out the best. He did brought on Paulinho, trying to do an impact, but he made shots on target, off target. Rafael Vega was okay, I guess. Lopez, Mauricio Morena, and they brought on more subs than Chelsea. They've only brought in 4 subs. We have seen the debut of Andre Santos and João Pedro, which is very nice for the Seleção, even though they should be doing it the right way, in my opinion. They should be doing it the right way. And yes, as there was no Moses Caicedo in that midfield, Andre Santos did a very great job. But, but yeah, but yeah, and but unfortunately, the 83rd minute, 82nd minute, there was pressure from Chelsea, and Chelsea were kind of also trying to add a bunch of pressure in like the last 15, 20 minutes of the game again, even though it was going back and forth, I would say. But Palmeiras were getting into it, but unfortunately, an oopsie happened. Unfortunately, due to the pressure of Malagusto, Austin Gray had to score an own goal, which means that Chelsea, they didn't score from open play. An own goal went in and straight to Weberton's legs, and in the back of the net, and cost him the freaking game. And and Malagusto, he didn't score from open play. He didn't even got touched to it. I mean, he did. I mean, credit to him to probably get the pre-assist or the assist. I mean, well, even though it was going directly to like Cucurella or like or Cole Palmer, that left side to like hopefully get the ball from there and maybe tap it in from there, strike from there, or put it in from there if they could reach him. But no, dude, the pressure, and then it got to him instead. Scored an own goal, and it got rolled down. And that's what heartbreaks Palmeiras. Palmeiras couldn't do what Flamengo do because Flamengo, even though they're in the league fixture, they went 1-0 down as well. 13 minutes in, 14 minutes in as well, just like Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer. But here's the thing: Felipe Luis did use his subs. Like he brought on Bruno Enrique, scored the equalizer, scoring the sub, and yes, Nicholas Jackson got sent off in that game. And then Yalis Wallace scored the third goal for Flamengo. At least for Flamengo, I'm not saying that Palmeiras is a bad team. But I just think Flamengo has slightly more quality than Palmeiras because at least Flamengo, based on form, they're better than Palmeiras. Honestly, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Flamengo did beat Palmeiras at their ground anyways, 2-0. Yes, one of them was penalty before and play goal from Vascaeta or who was it? But yeah, that was back in May. Hold on, I kind of remember. Yeah, Vasca or Argentinian scores that goal, and they had the same number of shots on target. That's a penalty they missed, so they had 3 shots on target, including 2 from open play, one a penalty. Flamengo had 3 shots on target. First one was saved. Vascaeta took the pen, and then seals the deal, made it 2-0. And Flamengo, they had to play Bayern instead. I think it's just ridiculous. But yeah, now that Palmeiras is out of the Club World Cup, it's time for them to refresh. I know that Palmeiras, they probably won't be. They'll be happy that they reached the quarterfinals and they'll be earning like 35, 40 million, I think, euros or US dollars or something. Or hold on, let me see. Or and then how I want to know in Brazilian, at least to earn like 13 million, at least around 13 million, they say, for at least making it to the quarterfinals. But I mean, you get an extra 13 million. So yeah, if you're Palmeiras, you should be proud of it. At least you got like at least 13 million US dollars, which in Brazilian real is like around 70 like around 75 million or something, I think, in Brazilian real. It's not too bad. They could spend a little bit more, I think. We'll see. And Palmeiras, I know they're gonna have to say goodbye to Esteval, but I think they'll likely have to like replace replace him with another striker. But yeah, I expect that. And yeah, I mean there's also you'll never know. It's not just, of course, Esteval obviously leaving. You're hearing rumors that Richard Rios might go to Europe, which I don't know. We will see. That's questionable. For me personally, I don't think he leaves just yet. I don't think he leaves yet. I don't think. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then and you probably will have probably another links with probably I don't know if Alan or someone else was linked to possibly Palmeiras, but it's about to be the middle of the season. Palmeiras now after the Club World Cup, even though the own goal cost them, and the referee, I would say I don't. The referee, I wouldn't say that he wasn't that impressive. I have no idea why they just gave 4 minutes when there was like a couple of stoppages. Should have been six. Honestly, even though you could say Palmeiras couldn't have done 6 minutes, but it's just true. I mean, I'm not saying the referee was bad, but he made like probably a few mistakes. Should have done. He's giving, and no offense, honestly, I think Chelsea. I'm not saying the referee's on their side, but I think the referee gave them a little bit more. To them, there wasn't a foul called. One foul that who was it? Was it Cardenas or who was it? It was like the minute 80th. I think this was before the own goal happened, or after the own goal actually happened. Enrico Torres is on Emi Martinez. I think it was a foul on Emi Martinez that wasn't called for at least a free kick. Wasn't or something. But yeah, and it is what it is. It looks like. But yeah, Chelsea they move on to the semifinals. Can Thiago Silva reunion? Can Fluminense do the upset? Fluminense, they could prove a point. They can, and they can. I back them, but they're definitely not the favorites going into it. By the way, Moses Caicedo's back anyways. Even though I don't know if they'll give even Andre Santos literally did his role pretty well, I would say. And I know, yes, these clowns. Unfortunately, Chelsea, and unfortunately, that they will get their money. They will because of the Club World Cup. And it's because you kind of got the easier side of bracket, avoiding the big European teams and avoiding, not sustainable teams, basically. But yeah, but it's not just that. It's just not that, but yeah, and I think there's even a video which I'll try to put a link, even though it's in Portuguese. What went wrong with Palmeiras. Uh, what went what went wrong for Palmeiras? I think it's called Atlanta Bradley. What went wrong for Palmeiras in the 2-1 loss against Chelsea? I don't win. That's basically. I think it's Atlanta Bradley. I think it's called. How Palmeiras lost to Chelsea. How they were eliminated from the Club World Cup. So and they uploaded an hour ago. Yeah, that's the video I'm talking about. So yeah, I will drop that video in the description. So even though I think they should translate the titles or they should have an auto translators, choose hopefully, but it will try to explain why at best, and you can see who wasn't moving the right way, who wasn't man marking, what went wrong. But it was I thought he would say what went wrong with Palmeiras, but he said how Palmeiras lost. Yeah, it was. But yeah, check out that video in the description. I will put that in once I've uploaded. I mean, hopefully YouTube cannot have this verification link again. If not, have to do it from you know what. So yeah, but yeah, Palmeiras, they will go back and part. They will go back and they will be back in action this week. They will play they will go back home in Brazil. They will play Santos, but it looks like they're trying to postpone the game just for Palmeiras to get that bit of rest from the Club World Cup. So yes, Palmeiras versus Santos might be postponed. It looks like, unfortunately. Man, this is what I'm looking forward because guess what? It will be a reunion between the rivalry between Santos and between Neymar and his rivals, basically in Brazil. All right, let me try to put this. But yeah, Santos versus Palmeiras. Here we go. It looks like they're saying that they're postponing the game. It looks like they may have to decide time, as Palmeiras said four, Santos are all the way down to 15th. You know, the Palmeiras game two a game in hand. But yeah, the Brazilian league is back this week. No, I mean next week, mind you. Brazil Serie A is back at least. Fluminense's game is postponed definitely because of the game against Chelsea, and we'll see if Fluminense does an upset against Chelsea. We will be there, as we got that another Champions League, not Champions League, Club World Cup semi-final list. PSG Real Madrid. It's going to be really interesting and fun. So yeah, these are the games that are happening this week. Okay, besides the postpone. Flamengo, São Paulo, we will be there. Next Saturday, we will definitely be there, absolutely. And then we got a Classico as well between Vasco and Botafogo, which Vasco are hosting the first one at the San Joaquin. Ah, damn it. But yeah, Atletico Mineiro, Corinthians, Bragantino, and so on and so forth. Give me a sec. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking about coming back with Bahia Atletico Mineiro. We will be back on, and this game literally takes after the Club World Cup. We will see about that. In my opinion, they should have postponed the game. I would love to do Corinthians Bragantino, but Cruzeiro Grêmio is also kind of good matchup as well, honestly. So I don't know. I'll think about it. Depends if the Club World Cup goes to extra time. We will talk about the Club World Cup reaction, even in this stream, whether it's one of those two games. We will do it. There's even Fortaleza. We got a game on Monday. I think I might try to do that. I mean, we'll see. But the Brazilian League is back finally and continues. So yeah, Palmeiras' next match is against Santos. But if it gets postponed, which means Palmeiras' next match is until in 10 days against Medellin as a recording. Santos got to host back-to-back games, Palmeiras, Flamengo. If these two games were at the same time, that makes it harder. But yeah, the Brazilian league is back definitely. Liga MX is also back as well. Mexico the first day after this, fake Gold Cup and then the Club World Cup. It's been a weird summer. Feels like the season never ends or the season's gonna emerge because guess what? It feels like you get a week off and preseason is already back in most football. But yeah, but yet we all know it's not just the champ. It's not just this game. Fluminense beat Al 2-1. Can they do it against Chelsea? I don't know if I'll do a preview. I hope they do. Not just yeah, because not just because of Brazil's sakes. That would be an achievement if they make the final. But I expect Fluminense to be the favorites of the Sul-Americana because they're proving it. And but yeah, guys. Um, Flamengo somehow, like I said, yeah, just make it to round 16. I couldn't have just done this. This game deserves to go to extra time, in my opinion. It just wasn't sustainable for that own goal. But the Brazilian, in my opinion, there isn't that much bad quality. It just isn't, honestly. So big up to everyone. Big up everyone. Sorry if you're in the background. Um, Link in the video in the description. I will be back, and let's not forget, especially my thoughts on the Club World Cup real quick. You got PSG 2, Bayern nil. PSG going down 9 men, missing Lucas Hernandez and Pacho for the rest of the tournament, I think. Or Real Madrid game for sure. I'm excited for PSG Real Madrid. I'm more excited for that game over USA Mexico's Gold Cup game because it's actually realistic. And Mbappe with his former club and his best friend Dembele. PSG have been getting revenge on everyone. They got revenge on Atletico Madrid, Arsenal. They whooped Inter Milan. Inter Miami just 4-0. And now they got revenge against Bayern for quite some time. Yep. And now they're proving that they could be the best team in the world. But yeah. So I'm gonna go video in the description. Real Madrid got a scrappy 3-2 win against Dortmund and all that. Yeah. So we might talk about the Brazilians in the semifinals since, you know, João Pedro, obviously, Vinicius Jr., Andre Santos, Rodrigo, even though it's a question that is leaving. The guys at the Tricolores, Fluminense, obviously. Thiago Silva, legends of the game, yep. Marquinhos, absolutely. Big up. We will do a preview. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow.